Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her king. Ah! Hello. I didn't see you there. How you guys doing? Did you like my singing? No? It's okay, no one does. Hello, everyone. Merry Christmas. Early Christmas, because, it's next week. But Merry Early Christmas, and welcome back to Thomas & Friends Home Media Reviews. This episode is on Merry Christmas, Thomas. And Merry Christmas it is. I mean, if you guys can already tell, I'm in the holiday spirit. I'm feeling chipper, I'm feeling happy. This is the one time of year where I actually feel like there's something inside of me, and I'm not dead inside. That was called a joke. Please do not call the suicide prevention hotline. But if you do, say, "What's up, my diggity dogs? Give me a high five." If you do, you'll get some kind of shout out, I guess. So let's go ahead and jump right into the history section of Merry Christmas, Thomas. So Merry Christmas, Thomas was first released in October of 2011, specifically on October 11th of 2011, a short time after Day of the Diesels had just hit physical media that year. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but Christmas releases for Thomas & Friends tend to come out in October or November. Last year with Tinsel on the Tracks, it came out in November. And now this year with Christmas on Sodor, that came out in October, November again? What's with this, guys? You should really be putting this out in the month of Christmas, not the month of Thanksgiving or the month of Halloween. That doesn't make any sense. But we're not here to complain about that because Merry Christmas, Thomas was reprinted by Universal in, I presume, 2016. It didn't have a date, actually, and I don't own the 2000-whatever reprint of that by Universal. So I assume 2015, 2016, any of those years. Hell, it could have been this year, and I missed it. So that's the brief history for Merry Christmas, Thomas. I don't really feel like covering the UK stuff here. It was really only available in a few box sets over in the UK, which we've already talked about on the show, so we're not going to mention it. So let's go ahead and move into the close-up section of Merry Christmas, Thomas. Alrighty, everyone. Here's your close-up look at Merry Christmas, Thomas. So we start off here. We've got this very nice poster art to entice us to check out this release. Thomas & Friends logo up there with Merry Christmas, Thomas in a very eye-catching font. Christmas tree in the background. There's Thomas right there on the front with a big nitrogen CGI face smile. It kind of reminds me of the Learning Curve face Thomas that came out in 2002, when Learning Curve redesigned all the characters and for the Thomas Wooden Railway line and gave him this face. This is what that face kind of reminds me of. By the way, RIP Thomas Wooden Railway. On the side, we've got our Hit Entertainment logo. Camera will focus, there we go. As always, Thomas & Friends, Merry Christmas, Thomas. Not actually a portrait of Thomas, it's actually a rectangle of Thomas. So, I guess you could say it's a portrait, but it's a rectangle. So, distributed by Lionsgate on the back. Thomas & Friends logo again. All aboard for a Merry Christmas. Your blurb about what's on the disc and such and the stories, all that. Victor looking very festive, and Percy stuck in snow. Thomas looking very festive again with some garland around his buffers and his sides. Bonus features, the Christmas Gift Express game, and exclusive snowy fun with Driver Perkins. Not really a bonus feature. I don't know why they put that in this bonus feature section. There's really only one feature on this disc. But, alright, I guess. Tech specs and stuff down at the bottom. Open this up. There's your disc. Squished up version of the poster art like it always is. And I kind of have neglected to mention this in previous HMRs, but this is the era where we get the dreaded Eco case for the DVDs. I absolutely hate these Eco cases. They provide no protection for your disc, because if I take the disc out here, this is just paper back here. This disc can be easily scratched if someone just took out the insert and there was just this. There is no protection for your disc with these Eco cases, and I hate them. Apologies for the mini rant. I just miss the days of good plastic, like really hard plastic cases to actually protect my DVD discs. So that's it for the close-up. Let's go ahead and transition into our menu tour for Merry Christmas, Thomas. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow your roll there, Lego lover from 5 seconds ago. We've got something else to look at in this HMR. That's right. We have another copy of Merry Christmas, Thomas to look at. This is not an optical illusion thing. There really are 2 copies sitting right there in front of you. This copy is the one we looked at in the previous close-up, and this is the new copy. So you're probably thinking, Lego lover, have you gone insane? These are exactly the same. You just bought 2 Merry Christmas Thomases for no reason. What's wrong with you? A lot of things that would take up a lot of time for me to explain, so we're just going to move on. You'd actually be wrong. These copies are different, sort of. You see the poster art is pretty much exactly the same, but the sides is where things get interesting. You've got your hit logos right up here at the top. Thomas & Friends logos, Merry Christmas Thomas. Portraits of Thomas. This one's a little lower than this one because the DVD logo is on the new one right here. And if you look at the bottom, one is Lionsgate and one is Universal. That's right. This year in 2017, Universal has brought back Merry Christmas Thomas for the holiday season. I didn't mention this in the history section because I'm doing this as a little insert later on in the year. I've had the Merry Christmas Thomas HMR completed for a while now, so this information's new, so I have to do this little insert to the close-up here. But beyond the sides with the Universal and the Lionsgate logos, it's pretty much exactly the same. This is the Lionsgate one. This is the Universal one. That's pretty much it. In terms of similarities, if we take a look at the discs, however, if you recall, this disc is a squished up version of the poster art. But if you know anything about Universal, you know how they love to create new quote-unquote art for their discs. It's this uniform reflective gray disc again with Merry Christmas Thomas printed up at the top. So, yeah, not everything about this reprint is exactly the same. It's also not an eco case. So now let's transition into the menu tour for Merry Christmas Thomas. We're only going to be looking at the Lionsgate menu because this menu is the same as this one. Alrighty everyone, here's our menu tour for Merry Christmas Thomas. As you can see on your screen right now, the art card for the menu is extremely similar to the DVD poster art. And I mentioned that in every single HMR, so I'm not really sure why I need to mention it here. So, there are 4 options. You already know what they are. We've seen them in every single release up to this point, so we're just going to go ahead and transition into episode selection. So here we are. My apologies for the camera angle change if that was noticeable. Something just wasn't adding up with how the picture looked. Alright, so episode selection, we have Let It Snow, Surprise Surprise, Percy the Snowman, and Tree Trouble. Yay, I guess. I don't remember any of those episodes, if I'm going to be honest. Language selection, English, Spanish, French. Languages, I don't even know why I say that anymore. Bonus feature is just the Christmas Gift Express game. You know what? It's Christmas, so I guess we'll play it. I'm really not in the mood to, but you guys are my fans. I know in the comments you're going to be really mad if I don't play it, so we're going to play it.
Sir Topham Hatt has wrapped a wonderful present for Gordon. Can you help Thomas deliver it by choosing the correct way through the snow? Select a piece of track.
Okay, so it's like a build your own line thing. Alright.
Great job. The first piece of track is clear. Choose one more piece so Thomas can ride the rails and... Well done. Thomas can deliver the present from Sir Topham Hatt to Gordon.
What, so we don't even get to see what the gift is? This is a scam.
But needs help getting it there. Can you select the first piece of track?
Alright, I guess we get what the gist of the game is. I assume that's pretty much what the rest of the game is, so, and since we don't even get to see what the gift is, there's really not much else to look at here, so let's go ahead and head on back to the main menu, as we always do, and that, folks, is the end of the Merry Christmas Thomas menu tour. Let's go ahead and head on back and answer the 5 main questions, as always.
Alright, so we're back from the close-up. Now it's time to answer the 5 main questions, as always. Number 1, where can you pick this product up? I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, hey, maybe you could find the new printing in a store. Because, you know, sometimes Universal puts out Christmas stuff during the holiday season. I mean, they did last year for a very Thomas Christmas, so maybe you'll find it there. But for the original Lionsgate printing, you'll have to look somewhere online. Number 2, is this product still being printed nowadays? I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, I have no idea. Is this the first time I'm saying I don't know for this section? Because I personally have no idea. Number 3, should you pick this product up? Last year on HMR, we ended with the Holiday Favorites DVD box set. And I said that I was sad to end the year on a not recommend. I thought maybe this year that would be different. But unfortunately, that's not the case. Because these episodes on Merry Christmas Thomas are the worst. They are the absolute pits. Episodes such as Let It Snow, Surprise, Surprise, Percy the Snowman in Tree Trouble, well, they make me want to jump off the nearest bridge. I mean, I had to watch Merry Christmas Thomas in 2 days because I stopped in the middle because I was just getting so gosh darn bored, and my face was hurting from punching it so much because I was so perplexed by just everything that was wrong with these episodes. I'm sorry to have to say this, but this year, once again, it is a not recommend for the special Christmas release that we're doing this year. At least this is a mainstream thing. You know, it's not like the Holiday Favorites box set where it's like a specialty thing that you don't really need. You don't really need this either. That's why I'm not recommending it. But at least this is in like the main timeline, unlike the Holiday Favorites box set was. Number 4, where should you pick this product up? Same answers as number 1. Number 5, what price should you pay? Well, you're obviously going against my word, but, as many of you usually do, but for the 2011 Lionsgate print, I paid, I'm pretty sure I bought it off Amazon. I think I paid like $3 for it, I think. So yeah, $3, 3 to 5. You should go for that. For the newest one, the only difference that I can think of is that there's going to be a universal print on it, and maybe the disc artwork is going to be changed to that uniform, reflective gray look that has no artwork on it to begin with, that I personally don't care for. So that might become rarer in the future, since not a lot of people are probably going to buy it, so there will be less available later on the secondary market for collectors like me. So I'd say probably 5 to 10 for that one. Just for the, you know, little Universal logo on the side and the disc artwork, presumably. So that is the HMR for Merry Christmas Thomas. And that, ladies and gentlemen, wraps production and wraps the series for HMR for 2017. I'm just going to take a minute here to reflect on how much this show has changed my channel this year. I mean, it changed my channel big in 2016, you know. I kind of reformatted my channel in 2016, and it mainly includes this show. But guys, this show has grown a lot over this past year. I mean, there were HMRs that I never thought would get the view count that they got. Thomas and the Treasure, for one thing, had almost 5,000 views in the first 24 hours. That shattered records. Because if you guys don't already know, normally an HMR reaches 1,000 to 2,000 views by the end of its first week. But this year, you guys are blowing it out of the water with this stuff. Now, an HMR usually reaches 1,000 to 2,000 views in its first 3 to 4 days up on the internet. That is insane. Thank you guys so much for that. And honestly, my channel as a whole has grown so much over this past year. At the end of 2016, I hit 1,000 subscribers, which I never thought would happen at the end of that year. And now this year, I'm gaining at least 1 to 2 a day. And to all the new fans who joined in 2017, thank you for subscribing and welcome to the channel. I've never actually given like an official like, hello, welcome to the channel for all you new subscribers out there. But you are welcome by me with open arms. You can't see, but my arms are extended outward. And if you were here right now, I would give you a big ol' hug. Unless you had a knife, at which case I would run. But honestly, you guys, I'm so grateful that I get to make this show because it's something that I love doing. This is an aspect of Thomas that I'm very passionate for. I love the home media stuff. I've always been interested in collecting it. And I love sharing my thoughts on it with you guys. And the fact that you guys actually watch and tune in is pretty amazing to me. This all sounds really cheesy, and I know everybody ends their year with, oh, thank you so much, oh my gosh, it's so cool. But it is. It is really cool, and you know what? Damn it, I'm allowed to be cheesy sometimes. So with all that being said, guys, that's pretty much it for Merry Christmas, Thomas, and that's it for HMR for 2017. Thank you all for watching this HMR and all of the other ones this past year, all the supplementals I did, as well as the regular timeline. Don't worry, we won't have as many next year, I promise you that. Just thank you for watching this HMR, thank you for watching the HMRs over this past year, and here's to another great year in 2018. Thank you all for watching, and as always, good night everybody, and have a very Merry Christmas.